Hey everybody, this is Janice Masters, the Shaman Mama from janicemasters.com. I help already amazing, accomplished women to feel as successful on the inside as they do on the outside. So you can visit me at janicemasters.com, and today we're going to be talking about, this is day 7. Actually, it's day 8 because I started a day early with a warm-up. But this is day 7 of a Facebook group challenge. Hey, Stacy, Nora. Oh my goodness, I'm so touched. Thank you for being here. I love seeing you here. Chandra, hi there. Thank you. So I'm in this Facebook challenge to do a live broadcast every day during the month of August. And since I had already decided that for my business I was going to do 2 a day. Hi, thank you very much for being here. Thank you. I decided I was going to do 2 Facebook Lives a week anyway for my business starting in September. And so this is Headbands. Hey, I wish I remembered your first name, but I know we're connected through Giselle, whom I love, 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 and adore. So this, I thought, oh, this would be a great warm-up, and it'll be fun because I can do it on all different kinds of topics, and I can play with doing it on my phone, doing it on my laptop, which is what I'm doing it on right now. And so the topic today is, what are you up-leveling in your life? And I decided to choose this topic because I am up-leveling something important to me in my life. Most people who know me know that I'm kind of a warrior when it comes to the emotional, spiritual stuff. And I have been really strong in the physical arena until several years ago when lots of things happened. Parents got sick, mother died, I had surgery, blah, 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 all those things that stop us. And I don't say blah, blah, blah to minimize them because they're real and, we need to honor ourselves. But I'm up-leveling my physical activity. And so I started swimming a couple of weeks ago, and I started with 1/8 of a mile, and then I went to 1/4 of a mile. Now, mind you, years ago, when I first moved into this house, and Ellen, hi, thank you for being here, sweetie. When I moved into this house 38 years ago, I thought I died and went to heaven because I had my own swimming pool. And I am still that little girl who thought it was the best thing since sliced bread to just run through the sprinklers in the summertime on a hot day. So the fact that I have a pool and I love to swim. So anyway, several weeks ago, I started with 1/8 of a mile, worked up to 1/4 of a mile. A few days ago, I worked up to 1/2 a mile. And today, yay me, I did 3/4 of a mile. Just nice and steady. I was kind of, yeah, I know, swimming at Millsite, right, Nora? Actually, you guys were at another nice lake this year, it sounds like. Antonia, thank you for being here. I kind of felt today like Dory in Finding Nemo. Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. So I really want to talk about Fanny. Hi, how's Kansas, babe? So happy to see you here. Thank you. Wanted to talk about the kinds of things that we want to up level in our lives and give you a few tips for how to do that gracefully and honoring ourselves. I just had a session with a client, kind of an impromptu session with a client. Thanks, Ellen. I know. Yay me. Wow, 3/4 of a mile. So I just had an impromptu session with a client about something that she's up-leveling. And so the up-leveling can happen in any area of your life that you want to improve things. Any area of your life that you want to improve things. Maybe it's about relationships. Maybe it's about your business. Maybe it's about money. Maybe it's about exercise, like it is for me. Maybe it's about food, which it also is for me. But that's, we don't want to overwhelm ourselves with too many things that we're up-leveling. But anything that is a goal for you, we can put into the category of wanting to up-level. And so a couple of tips. Because I'm going to keep this short today. I'm keeping these Facebook Lives anywhere between 5 and 15 minutes because I know everybody's time is precious, and I've kind of a busy day with a plumbing issue, which, yay, that's fun too. So let's look at a couple of tips that will help you to up level whatever it is you're working on. And feel free to write in the comments what it is that you might be focusing on up leveling right now for yourself. Okay. The first thing is that we have a tendency as human beings to look at the ultimate outcome that we want to achieve. And I think it's a really good idea rather than doing that, because things really don't happen in quantum leaps. They happen in baby steps. So it's important to look at the next baby step, because if we don't make it feel doable, ego's going to say, screw that, and we're going to self-sabotage. I mean, how many of us have done that? Self-esteem, Ellen says, gosh darn it. Nora says, yikes. Tell me what you're saying yikes about, Nora. So again, we don't want to try to quantum leap, because things don't happen in quantum leaps. They happen. Jerry, thank you for being here again today. I'm so happy to see you. What are the kinds of things that we can look back on and say, you know, I set the goal too high, I set the bar too high, and ego said, screw that, I can't do that. That's too much, that's too far, that's going to take too long, blah, 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 all that stuff. So name a baby step, okay? Today, I did the extra quarter of a mile because I realized in the last few days that my stroke had gotten so smooth and so easy, and my breathing was so rhythmic, and I know to turn my body, not my head. Plumbing and exercise. Oh my God, I know. Yeah. Water everywhere. Sasha, sweetheart, I love you for being here. Thank you. So I was able to say to myself, it's feeling so easy. Let's just go for that extra quarter of a mile with my speed. Donna, hi Donna. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you. So Susan, hi there. So for me, swimming, I know that it takes me about an hour to swim a mile. And so that extra quarter of a mile meant another 15 minutes for me. Honestly, with as easy as the stroke and the breathing and the water temperature is beautiful and it's a gorgeous day, that just felt easy. So without belaboring the point, tip number one is make it doable. Make it a small next step. The next step is to change your languaging about it, because I'm going to, or I will, are in the future. Every language has a future tense, and that means on the humanly constructed timeline of what we call time, that means it's not going to happen right now. It's going to happen somewhere down the road, whatever that means. And so change your languaging from I'm going to, or I am, or I will, to I am. Okay? So today I said to myself, I am swimming another quarter mile. You could say, today I am. Chandra, great. You're up leveling exercise too. Great. Thank you. Tell me what you're doing for exercise. That's another thing. You know, pick what you love, because if you place an expectation on yourself to do something that you really don't like because you think you should, you think it's good for you, you're carrying a lot of weight with that, and ego is generally going to resist that. So change your languaging to I am. I am swimming an extra quarter mile today. I am going to have some complimentary calls with prospective clients this week. I am going to keep track of how much money comes in, how much money goes out. Again, make it doable and say it in the present tense. Own it, claim it. And the third thing is that when you do it, that thing, take that step that you say, I am doing this, give yourself an atta girl. You know, I mean, so often we're such perfectionists that so often we'll just say, okay, well, then we're going on to the next step now. No. Take a minute, celebrate, do a happy dance, you know, be nice, be kind, be complimentary, be celebratory, make it feel good. Okay. So yeah, so up leveling. One of the things that I do also is I track, which helps me to be mindful. So on my phone, I have an app that I use to keep notes. And so I can go back and I can see, when did I start swimming? When did I swim An eighth of a mile. When did I move to a quarter of a mile? Susan says, when I walk the track, I found that when I set my intention to do 4 laps, 1 mile, I do it. If I just start walking, I may or may not. That's excellent because you set that in your consciousness. And then because that's your thought, as we talk about in our law of attraction group, now you're aligned with it. There's a much better chance you're going to do it. And you have noticed that that's the way it happens. So that's a really good point that Susan brings up, is to state it, state your intention, and then, as I said, claim it with I am. Susan basically is saying, I'm walking 4 laps, which equals 1 mile. That's what I am doing today. So I love that. We're always reaching for the next level, and the reason we're always reaching for the next level is because we want more joy. We want to feel good. We want to feel better about ourselves. Ellen says, I think the happy dance moment is part of what's been stopping me. I keep thinking I'm not there yet. What's the there? Yeah, ha ha, not even that funny, is it? Because that's perfectionism. That's the poison of perfectionism. That no matter how much you do, accomplish, achieve, it's never enough. And so you don't get to do a happy dance. That out and out sucks, doesn't it? That really sucks. So I'm suggesting that with the tiniest baby step, that you say, I am, fill in the blank, and you do it, that you better do a happy dance, because there's a part of us that isn't going to respond if we're not acknowledged. Hi, Kate. Hi, thank you for joining. We're talking about up-leveling things in various aspects of our lives, and I'm going to go over the three tips. The first is to look at the next baby step, the next step that feels ultimately doable without any pressure, without a should. The second tip is to change your languaging from I'm going to or I will, which exists in the future but not now, to I am, fill in the blank with whatever it is that you're going to do. Look, the only reason we pick these things to up level, again, is because we want to feel good. This is something that I think if I do this, I'm going to feel better. I'm going to have more joy. I'm going to have more satisfaction. I'm going to feel proud of myself. All kinds of good feelings. And the third tip is to give yourself an atta girl. Atta girl. You swam 3/4 of a mile today. Hell yeah. So do the happy dance. Yes, it does suck. Ellen says, yes, it sucks. Without question. So, any questions about up-leveling? Do you know what it is you're focusing on? Are you ready to up-level something? Are you kind of thinking about it? Are you taking your time to decide what it is and what step you want to take? All of those are perfectly legitimate. Look, it's a process. It's a process. I can tell you briefly what my process has been. When I decided that I was going to up-level my physical activity, I hired a personal trainer, and I worked out with her for a while, and I was really happy lifting weights and, feeling endorphins, and then I got hurt. And so I went to physical therapy, and I rehabbed my knee, and then I went back to her, and I started lifting weights again. And then I injured my psoas muscle, which if you never heard of your psoas muscle, welcome to the club. I learned more about it than I ever thought I needed to know, but I went back to rehab. And I rehabbed my back. And then I decided that is not what I'm doing to up-level my physical activity. I am doing things that are healthy and invigorating and joyful, and in which the chance of injury is practically nil. Okay, so swimming and biking. Now, granted, you could fly off your bike. I have flown off my bike. I know that's true, but that's the other thing I love to do. So, the criteria is not only the joy that it brings me, because the weightlifting really made me happy with all those endorphins as I was walking out the door of the gym, but the potential for injury was just too high. Lorraine, hi, sweetie. Thank you for joining. Hi, Joan. How are you? Glad you're here. Thank you. This is a topic that we can talk some more about, but again, understand the only reason we ever decide to focus on up-leveling is because we want to feel better about something. And we want to corral it in so that it doesn't fall into the realm of perfectionism, and so that we're able to give ourselves the kind of feedback that feels good, and that we don't make the goal so big that it's, yes, be careful. You're absolutely right. I know you've had back issues too. That's not any fun at all. Make the goal achievable, language it in the present tense, and celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. Don't ever miss an opportunity to celebrate your wonderfulness, celebrate your amazingness. Yeah. No perfect here. No perfect for anybody. That's the thing. That's the spoiler. No perfect. We are perfectly imperfect, and that is great. So I am going to, unless there are any questions or comments, I'm going to sign off in a moment. This has been really fun. I thank all of you for being here, and I will be here tomorrow. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I apologized in the beginning of this call. I was supposed to start this call at noon. I had advertised that and everything, and it turned out that the clock in my patio was an hour slow. So here I was, Dory in Finding Nemo, swimming, swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. And then Joan messaged me and said, where are you? And I realized, whoops, I'm late. And that kind of harkens back to yesterday's call, in which I said, if you need to change the plan, especially if it's your plan, go ahead and change it. What's the harm? So here at 1:30 today, and I will do my best to be there at noon tomorrow and every day thereafter. Love you too, Nora. Okay. So this is Janice Masters, the Shaman Mama from JaniceMasters.com. I'm going to sign off. And if any of you feel that you would like to have a complimentary get acquainted conversation with me, go to JaniceMasters.com/contact, CONTACT, and you can set up a time for us to chat. Love you all. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great afternoon. Bye.